Hey guys, I just wanted to show you a dye I'm going to do to my hair. I kind of already started the process, but I figured it didn't come out the first time completely correct, so I figured I'd come show you how I do it. Anyway, I've always loved Sarah Jessica Parker's hair from Sex and the City. I've always loved it, and back in the day there was really nobody curly on TV when Sex and the City first started, so that's the hair. I would admire her hair all the time. I'd watch the show just to see what she would do to her hair. Well, she's always had the dark roots and then the blonde. Well, I could never pull off blonde completely, so I've always wanted to do something similar. Well, it's been for years and years, and I've tried so many different things, and then I finally decided I was gonna do my roots dark and then kind of gradually faded into blonde at the bottom. I didn't know it had a name until about last week or the week before when I started really looking into doing it. And it's called Ombre. So that's the style I'm going to do. And I started the process because, like y'all know, I had highlights. I had really blonde highlights and stuff. Well, I dyed over them with the dark blonde color. And so I still kind of have some of the blonde, but very, it's covered up quite a bit. Here's one. It's covered up quite a bit. And because my hair was curly when I did it, I did the roots darker and I pulled them down a little bit. Well, I didn't get enough in the back because my hair looked so short. I didn't know how far to go down. So now that my hair's been straightened, I'm going to bring it down. I didn't bring it down enough, so I'm going to bring it down a little bit more down back here, because I want the darker color to come around my cheekbones, and then it'll gradually fade into the blonde. Now I have the dark blonde, so I have the dark roots, which I dyed a light brown, and I'm using Color Brilliance. I did that already, and I did this a couple weeks ago. So then when I got my hair straightened, I noticed I hadn't pulled the dark down enough. So it stops about maybe right here, and then the dark blonde starts to fade in. Now I'm going to bring it down to probably about right here, and then this blonde will stay, this dark blonde will stay, and then the tips I'm going to add some bleach. And I know I said I'd never use bleach again because it did kind of change the texture of my hair on those bleach blonde ones. But I'm not going to leave it on as long as she did. She did leave it on probably at the very least 30 minutes. Because I know she kept checking it and going back, checking it and going back. But because my hair's been processed already a couple of times, I don't think I'll need 30 minutes. I'll probably do about 10. And I don't want to get it to white the way those were. I just kind of want to go about a shade or two lighter than this dark blonde that I have going on. And it's really a light brown. But, so I'm only going to probably leave it on for about 10 minutes or so. So I'm going to do this part here with the dark, and I already have it mixed up, and I'm only using a tiny bit. I used about a quarter of the tube, and you mix equal parts, and I used a 20 developer. And I'm going to put this on. Since I don't need a lot, I only mixed a little bit just to bring it out, and I'm just going to do it on the top layer because the bottom layer, as you can see, is still, I brought that down pretty good. So I'm just going to do the top layer. And then I'm going to use bleach on the bottom, and hopefully I don't destroy my ends, but since I'm just doing it on the ends and bring it up a little bit, if I do have to trim a little bit of my hair, it'll be fine. But anyway, that's what I like about this, because you can play with the bleach, but it's down here. You don't have to bleach your whole head to get this effect. And so here's the bleach. And I'm using Kaleido Colors in the blue. And also, before I finish, because after this I'm wetting my hair and then I won't get it straightened probably for a while. I'm not sure. I'm really liking the straight hair. It's so easy and convenient. But it's already been 2 weeks. My scalp is flaking, and it's time for me to give up on my straight hair. But we could do a length check. I'm about 2 inches above bra strap. Woo! No. So it's growing slowly but surely. And I'm loving this color. I just want to add a little bit more something to it. I'm getting kind of bored, so I figured I'd go into something else. But, so let's see what happens. Hopefully it'll turn out. I'm just going to brush it on lightly. That way I don't have a dark block of color that just ends in a straight line. I'm going to just kind of brush it on so where it kind of fades. I'm not sure if y'all can see. Oh, y'all can't even see what I'm doing, but basically I'm just brushing it in. And there's different techniques that people use to do this, but I'm not a stylist or a professional, so I'm just doing my take on what I think to do in order to achieve the same result. It's probably easier to put in a ponytail. And everybody that has ombre hair has straight hair or wears their hair straight. So I don't know how it's going to look once my hair goes back curly, but I guess we'll find out. Got a little gray hair there I need to cover. I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. And when 10 minutes goes off, then I'll put the bleach on the end. And then I'll let it sit for 5 minutes, I think. Maybe 3 minutes, and then bring it up just a little bit. We'll see. Okay, so the 10 minutes is up, and now I'm going to add the bleach to the bottom. And hopefully it'll change in the few minutes I'm going to give it. Like I said, I don't want it to go completely blonde, but I do want it to be a couple shades lighter than the dark blonde or light brown I have going on. So, here we go. I'm going to start with the tips. That way they can process a little longer. So. Whoops. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to leave this for about 5 minutes. I might end up having to do 15, but we'll see. I ran out of foil, so I have to compromise, and I'm going to use baggies, and I'm just going to wrap that around just to keep the heat in, because that'll help process it faster, and that way I don't have to leave it on as long. Whoa. So I'm going to do 5 minutes, and then I'll be back to add some more, bring it up a little bit, and do another 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes. Now I'm going to take this off and see where we're at as far as the color. Doesn't look like it's changed at all. I think it's going to take longer than I think. But anyway, so now I'm going to bring it up to about right here. So wherever that meets. What's up?
Got some salsa.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, come on.
Her world famous salsa, y'all. Because. Good? ¿Está bien? Because.
Yeah? Don't add no more chile.
Huh?
Don't put no more chile.
I don't have anything left.
Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to put this back on so it don't stay moist. I hate that I don't have foil because that would help it process faster. So if you have foil and you try this, use foil. Because this just keeps it moist. It doesn't warm it up. Okay, other side. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes total. 5 minutes on the ends and then 10 minutes on the two top areas. So 10 and 5, 10, and 5 is 15. So 15 on the bottom and 10 on in the middle, because 5 didn't do anything the first time. So we'll see what happens now. And hopefully it'll be good. Yeah, just leave it there, babe.
Hmm?
I'll get it in a minute.
Okay. Right there.
Thank you. Hasn't really changed too much, so I'm just going to leave it another 5 or 10 minutes. Okay guys, so it's been another 10 minutes, so 25 minutes total so far. And whether it's changed or not, I'm not going to leave it on any longer, so. Come in.
I almost forgot my baby.
It's changed. It's lighter. I normally want to leave it on a little bit longer, but like I said, I don't want to go too far and damage it too much, so I think it's light enough compared to yeah. I think it's different. And if not, I could always do it again if I don't see a change, but I think it's good. Yeah. Looks like a pretty color too. Alright, well I'm gonna go wash this off and I'll come show you the wet results and then I'll come back and show you the dry results. Okay, so here's the wet finished product. It's looking kind of orangey to me. So I'm going to tone it, and I'm going to use this Wella Blonde Neutral Pale. And basically what it's going to do is pull out some of that brassy reddish tones. So I'm going to tone it and I'll be back. Okay, so because it came out too orangey red, coppery color, I went ahead and decided to tone it. And I just mixed some of this with a little bit of peroxide, or what it calls for, and put my hair in 2 little ponytails and put it on the ends and brought it up just a little so it can kind of blend. So after this, it should be good to go, hopefully. Okay, so this is pretty much the finished result after I've rinsed out my conditioner and put my products in. It's still wet, so once it's dry I'll come show you again. The curls still look pretty good, but I did use the toner to pull out some of that reddish, coppery, orangey color, and it seems like it worked really good. It fades pretty nicely. So we'll see what it looks like when it's dry. And I'm on my way out, so I'm just going to let it air dry, and then I'll scrunch the crunch, and then I'll come back and show you. Okay, so this is the finished product of my Ombre hair dye on curly hair. If you can see the dark, and then it fades into like a lighter brown here in this area, and then the tips are pretty blonde. These that are almost white are the ones that were already bleached. So you can see some of those that are kind of white. It lets me keep the dark around my face because I'm not meant to have blonde hair, obviously. So it lets me have color without going too blonde or unnatural. I really like it. It almost seems kind of sun-kissed. because it does just kind of blend. Like, this is old hair, so it's light. And if you see, like, people that live by the beach and stuff, usually their ends are a lot lighter because they go into the salt water, plus they're getting sun. So looks really, really natural to me. I really like it. It doesn't look like it. I didn't really have to get used to it. Like, you know how when you get a new hair color, you kind of have to get used to it. It's such a transition, and the dark stays around my face, so I don't know. And the dark is actually a lot longer than it appears, but because of course shrinkage, if you see, the dark looks like it stops here, but if you stretch my hair, the dark actually stops like way down here. So and I'm really, really loving it, so I'm probably going to keep this for a while. And the good thing about this is you can let your roots grow out as long as you want. And then if you have to, in my case, I probably won't have to for a while, you just kind of bring the bottom color up a little bit. But I don't think I'll have to do anything to it for a while because of the natural transition. So let me know what you guys think. I'm really, really liking it. Today I stretched my hair, and I'll add pictures of my hair without stretching it. But today I decided to stretch it because I wanted something different. I've been wanting, since I had my hair straight, I've been wanting some length without having to straighten it. So I stretched it. Some pieces I stretched a little bit more than others. But really, really liking it. See you later.